Did any of us get our predictions right?
Finally.
No, you didn't get it right.
Closest.
Closest, I'm sure you must have been before also. Can't
Never.
be.
Never. I was not even the closest.
140 and they were scoring 180.
No, that yes, more often than not. But I'm sure in 2 years there would have been occasions where he got it.
If you count even the 5 run +5 -5, I haven't even come there.
No, I don't buy that.
I'm seriously telling you.
I don't buy it. I'm sure that, your prediction, you are the worst off amongst all of us. I agree. But would have come close. But anyway, your prediction was 207.
Yes.
They've got 205? 4.
Very close.
204. That is really close. We're going to dissect the innings. I had predicted 190. I think you had got 185. And Rashid, I can't remember.
Yeah.
Around the same.
190-ish only he put.
I think all of us knew that we would be getting a high scoring match. So none of us had low score predictions. It was around the 180 mark.
Yeah, but the man of the moment, 63 not out, at an amazing strike rate of over 200, I'm sure.
Yes.
100% it was over 200.
63 of 24.
Over 200 is Vijay Shankar. And I'm sure there will be a lot of 3D references on social media as we go along. Came in as a replacement for the captain, that is Hardik Pandya. Clearly performed better than the captain with the bat so far.
Yes.
For a long time we haven't seen this sort of a knock from Hardik Pandya. But overall, what do you make of the innings? I thought when Gujarat started, it at one point looked like, no, they're not going to get that high scoring total that we were all expecting. And I was like, did they have to have Sai Sudharsan, Abhinav Manohar batting in the middle? And I don't think the innings was going anywhere. And then from there on, Vijay Shankar comes in and just, next level sort of batting. And then, I don't know if you've seen Andaz Apna Apna. So there is this dialogue when they go to meet the father-in-law, whatever. They're boasting about how much they spoke.
Oh, yes.
So one says, "Mere ko dekh ke isko bhi josh aa gaya." So it was like that. Looking at Vijay Shankar, the non-striker also got josh. 204 in the end. But where did that knock come from? And can you remember the last time Vijay Shankar played something like this?
See, I remember Vijay Shankar having an impact more as a bowler. Not much of a batsman. He's hit 450s in the IPL. But that was a long time back.
How long?
Must be about 5 to 6 years. At least. Must have been in his Sunrisers time.
Has to be ahead of that 2015 World Cup or somewhere there.
2019 World Cup.
2019 World Cup, sorry.
Yes.
Somewhere there and thereabout, because he came into the team as number 4. Ambiti Raidu was, so must be around that. So if you're looking around that, then that is, by the way, that is 8 years, not 5-6 years.
2019 World Cup, 4-5 years.
5 years, sorry.
5 years.
What is, I'm just thinking of 2015, which is in Australia. No, 2019, yes. The England World Cup.
And it is kind of not surprising that the two protagonists who played a major role in the victory against Delhi, those two revived the innings yet again. Remember, Sai Sudharsan and Vijay Shankar shared a 53-run stand when they had lost 2 quick wickets. That put them on course, and David Miller finished it off. Here, 53 of 39, 139 strike rate, but it gave the platform for the lower order to just go out and flourish. Normally we have seen Tewatia, Miller do it. But the added bonus today was the way how Shankar timed his aggression. He pounced upon Lockie Ferguson. Coming off a rusty injury layoff, he did that, and Shardul Thakur, his weakness in the death, unfortunately. He will take wickets, but he leaks runs. And today you saw 3 slot balls, all 3 dispatched over deep mid wicket. And 91 meters, 77 meters, 65 meters. All clean hits.
Vijay Shankar was outstanding, or KKR? Bowlers were not up to the mark.
So, see, okay, with Lockie, I'll still give him a little bit of leeway, because in that last over he bowled. Couple of them, one was a top edge which went flying, other was a top edge which went over, short third. I'll excuse those. Nothing wrong the bowler did there. It was a bad shot. It just went flying, fair. But yeah, beyond that, I think Lockie was really good. Narine, fantastic figures 8.25, 8.25, 3 wickets. 3 wickets. Surya Sharma also, in case anyone thought this kid could be something of a one-hit wonder. No, very good. Slightly on the expensive side, but gets a wicket, looked good. I had no problems with him.
I don't think expensive. 8.80 on a flat track.
Yes, it's actually good. Yeah. So where I think the problem was, I think you used Shardul for 1 over too many.
No, my point was this, and I want to ask you because you are a representative of KKR, and I can't ask that question directly to Bharat Arun, the bowling coach, or the captain in Nitish Rana, whoever. Umesh Yadav is outstanding. Why doesn't he bowl his quota of 4 overs?
I have no idea. And if I had to back anyone, and trust me, neither of them are good options. Umesh in the death, Shardul in the death, neither are good options. I'd still go with Umesh. Because with Shardul, I know for a fact, he has what's really puzzling is he has a yorker, which he employed on the last ball of the innings. And you're thinking, where was that in the last 4 balls? Okay, maybe you missed your line, but I think it's a consistency factor with him that he can't hit the yorkers often enough. Because he'll miss his line, he'll end up getting a slot ball, and that's it. That's all she wrote. Dispatched.
I'm not sure. I agree that if bowling a yorker was so easy, everyone would do it, right? It's not. So, agreed. But I don't see that there was any sort of intent from Shardul to bowl yorkers. Because when you are, then you know that, okay, one of them will be a low full toss, or one lands in exactly overpitched sort of a delivery. But I can't remember that as well happening. Apart from that one that he nailed, I did not see an attempt where he's trying to get a yorker in. I mean, he's more obsessed with bowling those slower ones. Yeah, which is, whatever, carom style.
That
knuckle ball.
That one knuckle ball, slow ball, the cutter. And I don't understand, if you have a good yorker, conventional wisdom says you go for that yorker, especially if you're bowling into that. Look at Lockie. What was he doing? He was mixing up his paces very well. There were moments where he'll drop 140, then a cutter, then 150. Batsman.
Yeah. But that's one place that I'm going to not compare the two, because what Lockie has, because he can bowl at 150, then he can surprise you with a slower ball.
Exactly.
Yeah. Bowling at 130, 125 is not going to surprise you with a slower ball. So
exactly that.
I think that's the deal. By the way, Lockie as a righty came back today completely fit, and some of those balls were zipping, were quick. You could see that the batsman got beat on pace at that stage that he came on to bowl. So I think he's looking good, and I think it augurs well for KKR going forward. The only thing that really worries me, one, I think they got their bowling wrong with Umesh not bowling 4, and as good as Vijay Shankar was, I think they allowed him also to get those kind of runs.
I will take off from Shane's point about not nailing the yorker, which was the other ball that he bowled, which resulted in a dot. It was that slow bouncer.
Slow bouncer
Also. And KKR have an even bigger problem when it comes to the pace department. I'll tell you why. 40 overs bowled. How many wickets have fallen to pacers in the 2 wickets? Just 1. Just 1, and even here today, see, 3 from Narine and 1 from Surya Sharma. Your spinners are doing the damage, but they are getting no backup from the pacers. And even in the Punjab Kings game also, the pacers did struggle. It was primarily the spinners that pegged the Punjab Kings players back. You have to understand one thing here, that if the pace bowling, Umesh very susceptible. I think the prime reason why they don't bowl him in the death anymore, because he tends to leak plenty of runs in the death overs. 2019 was a classic case, 2022 was a classic case, different franchises, but he's maintained that same level of consistency in a negative way. Second, you saw what happened with Shardul. Either what KKR have to do is bowl Umesh throughout in the power play. Lockie is your death overs. Use Sunil Narine in the death.
Which they did.
And look at the number of runs. If Narine had not conceded a little, he just conceded 8 or 9 in the over that he bowled, GT would have gone well past 215. Your pace bowling in the KKR team, and that's why I also didn't want to pick them in the top 4, because their pace bowling was very, very vulnerable. And with Lockie coming just today, the 2 games that you had Saudi, of course in Eden you didn't have that much of a problem, but the game that had Saudi, 54 runs.
I would argue that even in Eden you did have a problem, because against RCB, the first over, he bowled really well. He was troubling Kohli, getting the ball to swing everywhere. Kohli was not able to read it. The second over, after the swing disappeared, he was getting hit to every corner of Eden Garden.
What happened to Varun Chakravarti?
See,
He was very good last game. What happened?
Flat track kind of neutralizes him.
Yes.
Maybe.
That's what I was thinking. He needs just a little bit of juice, some sort of an assistance, because again, he's firing them in quick. Not a wrist spinner that you're going to be reliant on your wrist or fingers to get that spin. You fire them in quick. Last time around, what was happening? Hitting the deck, poof, in. Hitting the deck, poof, going the other side. Today, there was none of that assistance on play. And in which case, then, I don't know, such a track, do you stick with him?
I think adding into that, he has one problem which a Sunil Narine does brilliantly. Variation in the line and length.
Correct.
Chakravarti in 3 seasons. Why did he succeed in UAE 2021? All the line and lengths that Chakravarti was maintaining, they were either close to the stumps, but those wickets were sluggish.
Exactly, they were spinning.
Here, you're not seeing any of that,
Those
barring
are very
Eden.
dry wickets in that edition of the IPL, especially that second half. Yes, it assisted him. Then you got him for the World Cup. Clearly, that experiment didn't pay off, and then you discarded him. Didn't have a great time. But last match we discussed, because I was listening to his interview after that, and he said that he realized that he was trying to become a conventional spinner, trying to loop the ball. But he said, no, that's not for me. Let me go back to my basic bowl a bit quicker. But today, that also kind of hasn't really worked out for him, and that's the area where they've had to pay. I just want to have a look at the scorecard 1 second before we take that chat. Go up. The one thing I really wanted to see how many balls Miller's faced. 3. I know that Vijay Shankar today, outstanding performance, but I don't know. Again, I'm going back to what is it with teams not wanting to send their better batter. I mean, okay, today's knock aside, between Vijay Shankar, Abhinav Manohar, would you not have Miller batting higher up than both of them? But why?
I wish we had the answer to that, because as you said, there must be some in-house data that all the teams are compiling, and if that is the future, then I'm sorry, you have complicated the game, you are destroying.
I was thinking today, like, what could it be? So, for example, I can understand you saving a batsman, assuming, let's say it was something like ODI cricket, where even for the last 10 over, you got one fielder less outside. So, you had to bring a fielder in. So, I can understand that. Listen, assuming there was something, let's say a death over power play also, okay? Then I would have told myself that, listen, why do I send a Russell, a Miller, a Hetmeyer, all of these players that we're talking about? Let me not send them in that part of the game, which is the middle overs, because the field is spread. There is that quota of 10 overs, 5 overs, 7 overs, whatever that might be, towards the end where fielders would be brought in, and I think that's when these guys would be able to do better than, let's say, somebody else. So I'll save them for that time. But that's not even the case. So whether you come in over number 11 or 12 or 15, or as you save them till 16, 17 for some reason, it's the same thing. So you might as well bring them at 11, 12, 13, whatever, the impact was going to be the same. They'll just stay there longer. Today, as I said, it's as Siddharth pointed out, it's one of those rare knocks that's come via Vijay Shankar's bat. If you look at his entire IPL career also, the chances of this happening are not often. So assuming it didn't happen today, you would have got a below par total just because you didn't want to send Miller a bit higher up. I mean, I can't understand the logic. But teams are getting bailed out on some occasions not. Like Delhi suffered on one occasion, Rajasthan suffered on another occasion. It could very well have been Gujarat Titans today. It's just that, Vijay Shankar comes, saves whoever's job it was to decide, David Miller should not be, but otherwise.
He's enjoying a second win, Vijay Shankar, clearly.
I know he's your favorite. You remember this whole conversation where you said he was unlucky.
Still is. Looking at the long rope that some players are getting, be it IPL or be it international cricket. The unfairness just
comparing KL Rahul with Vijay Shankar?
No, I'm comparing Riyan Parag with Vijay Shankar, which is also fair.
That's a fairer comparison.
That I'm not, but he compared KL Rahul to Vijay Shankar.
You have a long rope scale. What a long rope.
KL Rahul in international cricket. Yes, but he had done something to get that long rope, na?
Shankar didn't get a long rope and got dropped. So actually, if you look at it in that sense, he was slightly unfairly treated. Slightly.
Come on. It's not apples to apples comparison.
No, it's not. It's an apples to oranges. But
yes,
he didn't get a long enough rope.
Yeah, because come on, KL Rahul, Test cricket, first innings didn't do well, second innings was outstanding. So the first game only, so you had to look at it. Come on.
So they've subbed in Joshua
Gujarat.
Little, yes.
We thought
Expected.
as much that Joshua Little will come in so that their bowling becomes stronger. Today, by the way, no Hardik for them to bowl. And even though he's not had an impact with the bat, but with the ball, Hardik's had an impact. So could have. There is a question, we didn't take. Riju
Bhattacharya is asking us, who will you choose at their peak, Rashid or Narine?
Oof, that's a tough one. Well, I think for him it's a foregone conclusion, but it's a tough one.
I'll tell you why it's an easy one. Because I don't think Rashid is at his peak yet.
That's even more scary.
Exactly.
Imagine what his peak is going to be. If he hasn't reached his peak.
He's still young comparatively, right?
But peak would mean that the kind of performances that he's churning out, he'll even better those. That is a scary thought then. Then other teams might as well pack up and go home. If he's going to get even better.
So it's a good question.
Very good question. And it's a very tough answer.
Yeah.
I am struggling to pick one. And I think I will only pick one once both their careers are done. And then I can sit back and actually pick one. Right now, I don't know how Rashid's career will go. Let's say even Stevens now, because Narine towards the end of his career, actually. But Rashid has a long career. So how do I pick anyone now? Because for all you know, Rashid could, from here, where he's already high, he could go further high, and then I'd say no comparison man Rashid. Or he could have a dip, where I say no, Narine stayed there longer. So I'll go with him. I don't know. Very tough.
But I think you'll have to add a caveat of peak when you look at what Narine and Rashid have undergone. I mean, Rashid's not had the controversies on his action that Sunil Narine has had to undergo. He was at his...
So is that an advantage for Narine or a disadvantage?
It's actually a disadvantage.
No, as in you're saying, will you be more sympathetic towards Narine and rank him higher, or you're going to be, no, I'm not sympathetic, he didn't have a clean action, and look at Rashid. Which way are you?
First one, I will be sympathetic to him and rank him higher because he still managed to get wickets and maintain a brilliant economy despite all the obstacles and hurdles that were thrown at him. I mean, I didn't understand the ICC crackdown. I really didn't understand. I thought it was a witch hunt against off spinners. You remember Shane Shillingford? Ajmal was only legitimate one because his flex was 42 degrees.
It was a lot.
It was a lot. But Shillingford, all the guys who tried to bowl the Dusra, they couldn't bowl the Dusra anymore. Narayan's action didn't flex that much. But that action you look at 2012 till now, till 2014, it was fantastic. That's why he was your X factor.
In fact, he was arguably KKR's main wicket taker. There was no one else. It was him. And that's it. Everyone else was a support cast.
Yeah. But we'll keep this debate for another day. The game has started. We'll quickly take a few comments. Donald Trump is telling Shane, don't look sad. Your KKR will win.
Nerves are definitely jangling, my friend. Trust me.
Anshu is telling that he thinks AB de Villiers played for Gujarat with the face mask of Vijay Shankar. It was looking like that, that's for sure. Before we wrap up, any changes in predictions? I'd pick Gujarat.
I had picked KKR with Shane. I think I'll stick with it.
We don't have to ask Shane.
Yeah.
Don't ask him. We know who is he backing, who he wants to win.
But by the way, very interesting thing which I had to point out. I thought they would impact sub in Venkatesh Iyer and bring him into open. They have not. Narayan Jagadisan is opening for KKR. Very interesting.
But he'll still come in, I'm guessing.
Yeah, he has to because they'd have to bolster the batting.
The same thing now, they've used him in the middle order, so I guess they'll use him lower middle order.
So Chakravarti out and Venkatesh Iyer will
something
be
like that. Yeah.
But Narine Gurbaz is taking strike. Okay.
And Shami was getting some nice early movement, so I think he decided, no point.
Shami will. Initially, first 2 overs, you have to survive against Shami.
I mean, in Delhi, just couldn't control the swing, man. Banana swing.
Oh, you're talking about the test match, aren't you?
No. Even the IPL game, remember, against DC?
Yeah.
Saha had a torrid time. Poor guy, yeah.
Chalo, see you.
See you
at 5:30. 6:30 on the television show. So go on to India Today YouTube. You can catch us there. Or the channel. It's a detailed IPL show, and we do a lot of other things, analytical things that we don't have here. So you can tune into the television program, and meanwhile we'll be back at the end of this game. So that show will be as soon as the last ball of this match is over. We'll do the preview to the game that's coming up, as well as analysis of the game that's just gotten over. So for the moment, from Siddharth, Shane and I, bye bye, see you.
Nandri.